everybody. Cal Banyan's Hypnosis, etc. with L. Ron Ferguson. Hey, if you guys are watching this anywhere except calbanyan.com, you want to go there right now, because right below this video is additional text, additional links, maybe some deals that you want to take, jump on real quick, because they come and they go. Let me introduce you to L. Ron. If you've been following along, you know very well who he is. He's one of the Hypno 1%ers at our center who, he sees probably more clients than anyone else. He's a real working hypnotherapist. His income comes from seeing clients, booking appointments, and he really knows what he's doing. So, hey, if you're in the Orange County area and you want to see me or L. Ron, come on down. Give us a call, and our number's here on the website somewhere. Oh, I want to plug one thing. Did you know, I know you come here and you see all these videos. I know there's like 250, 60 of them here. How do you get to them all? Real easy. Up there somewhere, it says become a VIP. Click that. Give us your email, and what we will do is we will send you an index of every single podcast, audio or video that we've done on the website, and you can just be like a hypno encyclopedia. You just scroll through them, look at the title you want, and then click on it. How you doing, L. Ron?
I'm doing good, Cal, and it's good to be back.
All right.
And I always love doing this with you. I'm always excited to see what you're going to say next and what I'm going to say next too, because sometimes I say something and go, oh wow, where did that come from? That's a good idea. I wish I would use that in session last week.
Well, and you're just glad we recorded it so you can check back, right?
Exactly. So it's really an honor for me to be here and learn from the best. And there's a possibility that you guys watching will learn a few gold nuggets yourself. So we're excited about the information that we're going to share with you today. And without further ado, this is what we're sharing today.
Hey, take it over there, L. Ron.
All right, Cal. Let's keep the ball rolling. I would like to talk about clarifying client goals. And Cal can jump in here at any time. First, I want to talk to you. The reason why it's important to clarify what your client's goals are for the session is that the more specific, the more their subconscious mind is going to have a direction to go for. Okay, the more general and visceral and cloudy the goal is for the client, the less their subconscious mind is going to have something to grasp onto. An example of this would be, let's say you want to make more sales, and your sales mentor or your boss or whatever says, well, how many sales do you want to make? And a person says, well, as many as possible. See, making as many sales as possible isn't a goal that the subconscious mind can really latch onto. It's, well, what's your baseline? What's your track to run on? How many sales do you want to make a week? What's the minimum? Well, I want to make a minimum of 2 sales a week or 3 sales a week. Same goes with clarifying your client's goals so that they can have a beacon to move toward at the subconscious level. Let me give you some more examples of this. Let's say a person comes in for confidence. Well, I'm going to share with you guys in a moment some different stem sentences that you can do to help them clarify that so that you can get more of the evidence strategy that's behind things like that. And Cal, you can feel free to jump in here at any minute. And we'll also explain to you guys how we write our intake sheets so that we can get the benefits from the client here at the Banyan Hypnosis Center. But let's say, for example, a client comes in and asks about, I want to be more confident. One of the things I always like to do after I have their benefits form attached, I say, so you want to be confident. I chunk up on them, which is an NLP term. I want to find what the higher level of that means. Confident for what purpose? And then that for what purpose? Whatever they say, for what purpose? Okay? Or I say, how will your life improve when you're more confident? How else will your life improve when you're more confident? And they might say, well, when I'm more confident, I'll feel more happy. Okay, here's another one for you guys. When you're more happy, what will you be doing? When you're more blank, what will you be doing? Then, when you get enough of those specifics, you can start to paint the picture in the final suggestions, the direct suggestions for your client of what success looks like. And you can also get what it is that it's really all for. What's the higher level purpose that you're really trying to help your client achieve, especially with something like confidence? Now let's do another example. Let's say they want to quit smoking. I say, well, why do you want to quit smoking? I go, oh, well, because my family and this and this and that. You can use the same stuff, right? Quit smoking for what purpose? Or how will your life improve when you quit smoking? Or something that Cal showed me is he hits the magic button on his desk. He goes, all right, I just pushed a magic button on my desk. Now what? How will your life improve? Or Cal says, how's that going to change your life? Okay, great. Now you've quit smoking. How's that going to change your life? You want to expand on that, Cal?
Well, I'm thinking about sometimes there's a lot of things that you've been talking about. One of the things is that people, they haven't really done what you're doing for them, and that is to hash out how their life is going to be different if they make this change. They just know they should make the change, they should be more confident, or they should quit smoking, or whatever it is. And to really do what you're talking about, you call it chunking, I just say, yeah, and how would that change your life? And how would that change your life? Until we really get down to some things that are important. And you can tell because there'll be a change in their physiology when they start talking about this stuff that is really important to them. Their voice will change, they'll get more energetic, pupils might dilate and stuff. So you kind of watch your client and how they respond as you start getting down to the really important stuff. Isn't that right, Elron?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's say they say, oh, well, you want to be more confident. Why? So I could be more happy. Okay. What are some of the things, like Cal said, the things that are important? That's what it comes down to. What are the things you'll be doing? What are the things you're going to have in your life? How will you be able to tell? A question I always like to say is, how will you know? How will you know when you're blank? Or I like to ask, how will you know that you've changed? How will you know? What will tell you that you've changed? What will you see? What will you hear? What will you feel? What will you be doing? What will you be saying to yourself? What will it feel like? Okay, what's another example of how you'll know you've changed? What's another example of how you will know that you've changed? And that just goes more into those benefits that we're talking about. That gets those specifics, those things that will be different. Because sometimes you have clients and they say, well, I just want to clear out the past, or I just want to heal, or whatever. And there's a lot of times when the novice hypnotherapist, or sometimes even the experienced hypnotherapist, may make the mistake of just taking that label and thinking to themselves, oh yeah, the client knows what the change is inside. But like Cal just mentioned a moment ago, they don't actually know how that looks. We have to draw it out of them, which we have to assume that it's within their subconscious mind. They know what the change looks like, otherwise they wouldn't want it. And I encourage you all to be persistent with this, because every once in a while you might get a I don't know. Well, how do you know that you've changed? I don't know, I'll just be happy. Well, how else do you know? I don't know, I'll just be happy. How else do you know? I don't know, I'll just be happy. When persistency is and finding a new way, and this is where you really got to think on your feet. I mean, hypnotherapy is a thinking man's game. Hypnotherapy is a thinking woman's game. So really think on your feet and say, okay, how else can I ask this question so that it clicks with this person so that I can get the information that I need? Because when we're communicating, we need to take responsibility for our communication. And it's not that sometimes it's not that they don't want to get it. It's just that you're not communicating it in a way that they understand so that you can get the information that you need, so you can find those specifics that are really what the goal's about. What's the area of their life that's going to be different? How's it going to change the relationship? What are the actions that they might be able to take? What are the actions that they might be able to do that they're not doing now? Another question I like to ask is, what will you be able to do that you can't do now? Or what will you be doing that you currently aren't doing? And how will you know that you can do that? Okay, and when are you going to start doing that? And so some of those actions can even be things that when they tell you those things, you write them down. And when they say they feel a change take place in your office, you test them with that. You might ask them, say, well, how do you feel about going rowing now? Or how do you feel about starting rock climbing now? They go, oh, I feel like I could really do it. Okay, good. Really? Yeah, really, I really do. Okay, great. So what I want you to do this week to prove that to yourself is start that rock climbing class, or start that Zumba class, or start whatever it is. This is the action that you can take that you told me about previously that will prove to you that you've changed. Because something magical happens when they actually take that action. It's evidence that they're keeping the change in place. But like I was talking about before I segued into that, was that, yeah, sometimes you'll have clients that will literally just be sitting around on the couch waiting for the change to happen. They'll be waiting to feel it. And so that's where the interview and asking the questions about what actions they'll be taking, what they'll be doing, having those things in mind and suggesting that they actually do those things will help make the self-fulfilling prophecy make sense and hold the change in place. Am I coming across clear, Cal?
I think so. If you guys out there want to know what L. Ron meant by anything that he just said, comment space below. When these podcasts come out, L. Ron always checks the comments and responds to any questions or comments you might have. So or if you have a question about something I said, of course you do the same thing. Now, one of the things as you're doing this is L. Ron's talking about how can you get started this week, and L. Ron also knows that a very powerful thing to do is say, what can you do today to get this started? What is the one thing? Like maybe they can start doing some research, find out where the clubs are. Like a gym or a health club or whatever it is that they're working on. Also, whenever you see some excitement, like I talked about, watch them. See if they get excited about something, mirror their excitement, and maybe even move it up a notch. And that tells them, hey, it's okay to start feeling excited about these goals and about fulfilling these goals. Another thing that you can do is when they say, I would just be happier. I says, okay, then let's break it down for them. Say, okay, I just pushed this little button on my desk. You're now a non-smoker. How is that affecting your work life? And they can say, oh, well, it's so much nicer because I'm not thinking about when I'm going to have to get my next cigarette. Or if they're more confident, they're saying, oh, I just interact with more confidence with everybody. And I'm mixing better with people. I'm more respected by my peers and so on. I'd say, beautiful. There you are. You've made this powerful change in your life. How is that affecting you and your family? And so we can pull these things out step by step that way. So, okay, here you are. You made this fantastic change in your life. I pushed this button on my desk, or we've completed our hypnosis sessions together. And how is that affecting you financially? And they can talk about, gosh, if they quit smoking, they have a lot more money in their account. They're saving money on their health insurance, that kind of thing. Or if they're more confident, maybe they're doing better in sales, or they're doing better as a manager, supervisor, or now maybe they're able to look at possibly becoming that manager or supervisor. And then I say, okay, good. You made this powerful change in your life. How is that affecting your fun part of your life? How is it affecting fun? Is there anything in your life that's more fun because of it? And we can just parse these different things out and really start to get them excited about this. And we write this stuff down because we're going to use it to customize the suggestions we give them, because the subconscious mind moves towards pleasure. And as much as we can tie these pleasurable things that they get excited about to the suggestions, for example, if you come to the part of the session where you do the direct suggestion, say you're now a non-smoker, and because of it, your work life is going to be so much better. You will now find such and such, and your financial life is better because now you can put in those benefits that were important to them specifically. Isn't that right, Elron?
Absolutely, Cal.
Good. What else you got?
That's pretty much it as far as that goes. I mean, I think I've gone as specific and as deep on that as I want to go right now, or that I can go. I mean, just to reiterate, let's give it the overview again. Clarify those client goals. The more specific, the more able you'll be to move your client toward those goals. Find out what they mean by more confident. What are the movies that they're playing in their head, or what's the end goal? What are the things that they want in their life, that they want to have in their life? As Cal said, how will they know that they've changed? How will their life improve? What will they be doing? What actions will they be taking? All these things are important for us to know. You can use the STEM sentences that I mentioned to you guys, or that Cal talked about. How's that going to change your life when you blank? Or you can come up with your own. The most important thing to realize is that you got to get that information. Don't assume that you know what your client needs, ask them. Find out what's going on in the back of their mind, and you'll be very, very successful. You want to talk about anything else, Cal?
That's it. If you're done with that, I want to just spend about 5 minutes on some kind of a fun topic.
Sounds awesome.
All right. So I've been watching. It seems like it's happening more and more frequently, and that is hypnosis in TV shows. And for you guys who have gone to facebook.com/hypnosis etc. for hypnosis etc. and fanned us or liked us or whatever, you'll notice that it's been a conversation I'll have from time to time. A while back it was on that show Necessary Roughness, which is about a psychologist who works with a football team, and once in a while she will use hypnosis, and she does it in a very, I think, respectful way that I think will cause people to think, I would like to try that. And then I just saw it on another show, which is really a comedy sci-fi show called Chuck 2.0, and he's I don't know if you've ever seen it, but he's kind of this geek guy who's become a spy, and his sister, who is a doctor, has some hypnosis training, and she actually has, she hypnotizes a friend of Chuck's to help remember something that was very important in that particular episode, and she actually does age regression. So not only have I noticed that hypnosis is starting to appear more and more in positive and relatively accurate ways in TV, but also that age regression is coming up more and more. Have you noticed that, Elron?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was even approached by a documentary company that wanted to do a show on age regression for people who had been exposed to traumatic paranormal events. I didn't get the part, obviously, but no, age regression, hypnosis, it's getting out there more and more all the time.
What do you think about that, about this stuff being on TV and you know, these people that are portraying this stuff, they're writers and stuff, you know, they're not always telling the truth.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, one could say that any press is good press, you know, but because it just puts hypnosis out there as something that's going to fascinate and excite the imagination, one term or the other. But I mean, yeah, there can be a lot of harm done by Hollywood. I mean, just if you see that movie Office Space where he gets stuck in hypnosis and can't get out of the hypnosis, misconceptions like that run really, really deep. And a lot of times, even though you might tell a client 1,000 times that you don't have control over them, or that there's no such thing as a hypnotized feeling, they still saw somebody have a hypnotized feeling on a Hollywood-driven program, and it can be difficult to get that out of the head. There's a cultural belief about hypnosis that we are always fighting against and trying to bring up to the times more and more all the time. And at the same time, that awareness of hypnosis and the word hypnosis at least does bring us a lot of clients, even though we may have to re-educate quite a few of them in the process.
Exactly. Hey, we got to wrap it up. I want to say something on the Banyan HypnosisCenter.com. I'll have to put the link down below, but it says, I have a cool page that says Hypnosis in Our Culture, Movies, Myths, Misperceptions and Beliefs, and I talk about different movies such as Svengali and the Svengali movie, Curse of the Jade Scorpion, K-Pax, see, what's the other one? The Manchurian Candidate, and it just goes on of different examples in the movies of hypnosis being in there and stuff. So that's it. Wrap it up.
All right, and I just want to mention as a side note, K-Pax is one of my favorites, where his heart starts to beat really fast, and they're asking him these questions. They're like, oh, wait, we better stop asking the questions. He might have a heart attack. Nobody talk, nobody move. He's in hypnosis. Yeah, as if that would ever happen. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this episode today. I'm going to borrow the line of my sales trainer and say that I strongly encourage you to take action to build your hypnosis practice and to be a better hypnotherapist. When you take action, you get a result, and then you can make adjustments. Remember that everything counts. You can visit my website on safeeffectivehypnosis.com. Cal will tell you about more offers that we may have for you, or more resources that you can become aware of. Thanks for watching this episode. I'll see you next time. L. Ron Ferguson signing off.
All right, thank you, Elron. This is Cal Banyan. Remember to visit hypnosiscenter.com so that you can get my training schedule. We've got certification courses coming up in July, August, and then the Week of Power in May, and probably we'll do the Week of Power, which is the Advanced Hypnosis Certification course, also at the National Guild of Hypnotists Convention in August. I want to see you in class. If you see me out there at one of these conventions or something, say hello. Let me know that you saw me on calbanyan.com. That's it, Cal Banyan. Bye for now. This recording is the property of Cal Banyan and the Banyan Hypnosis Center for Training and Services, Incorporated. All rights reserved, for private use only, may not be duplicated without permission. For contact information, go to www.hypnosiscenter.com.